Blog Talk Radio.
Cherokee Billie is a spiritual advisor and certified animal communicator who has been guiding people on their sacred path for nearly 40 years. Her ability to hone in on her clients' needs has made her one of the most sought-after spiritual advisors in the country. With Cherokee Billie's guidance, you can take the first steps or refine your journey along your sacred path. Before we get going, we ask that you do your part. Have your one question ready, keep it concise, and stay on topic. One concise, on-topic question. And now, here's Cherokee Billie.
Greetings and thank you for joining me. This is Cherokee Billie, and I'm here with always my special guest, Raymond Susani. Ray, are you there?
I'm here.
Okay, well, hey, making sure. We're here to do a repeat of what we did last week that got erased. We're going to talk on spiritual protection. Number one thing, I don't care who you are in this world, you need it. Your thoughts on this, Ray?
Well, I agree 100%. Good. I mean, everybody's getting attacked every day, 24 hours a day. Whether you actually feel as though or you're not, you don't feel it, you are being attacked one way or another. And you should always have spiritual protection, always have the white light, the blue light, the angels around you. I mean, even not any particular time, even as you're sitting having coffee, I mean, the coffee is you always should have it. When you go to sleep, when you wake up, 24 hours a day, you should always have the protection around you.
It's important because we don't realize we're being attacked all the time, that we're bombarded by forces, energies, whatever you want to call it, negative spirits, demonic forces. They are talking to us. They're invading our thoughts. They're coming in. And if you don't have that protection surrounding your conscious, subconscious mind, your body, your spirit, you're just an open little target, right?
I agree 100%. I mean, like I said, it doesn't matter when, where, how. It's always everybody's always being attacked, and it's not just one or that one today. It's everybody, 24/7.
It is, and and I said how to do spiritual protection. Well, there's a link here on the written text for this show, the white light protection exercise. It's a step-by-step video where I take you through, what you say, what you visualize, what you do to call in the white light of God, the most powerful divine light there is, and then secondly, calling in Archangel Michael's blue light, as Michael is the one who fights these demonic forces. So you put these two barriers up on you, and you may be amazed at the people you attract to you and the people that want to go away from you, because people who don't want to be any part of the light can't stand it and they will leave. So let's say you're having a lot of problems with people in your life. Start doing spiritual protection, and those people will start going away. You want more people in your life? Start doing spiritual protection. You're going to pull in those people to you. It's important.
Yeah, people who don't like, out of a lack of word to use, people who don't like the good will walk away. Some will walk away faster than others because they get nervous about the protection. And that's just the way it is. And the ones that want to create the problems, they'll stick to you like glue if you don't protect yourself.
Yes, because again, we are being attacked. It's a constant 24-hour a day. When you're sleeping, when you're awake, doesn't matter. They're there. They're always present. They come into your dream state. That's why protecting yourself before you go to sleep is really important. You are subject to subconscious attacks because your subconscious mind is open when you sleep. That's why if you're wanting to hear from deceased loved ones, ask before you go to sleep, because that's the easiest time for them to come in. So it's important that you're doing this constantly. And, whenever you think of it, you don't have to be sitting there 24 hours a day doing it, but you should make a definite plan first thing in the morning before you start your day and last thing at night, because you don't know when you wake up what you're going to face that day. You may have plans you've made, but you don't know what might come in and interfere and stop that, such as, these random shootings. You may be in that pathway, but by doing spiritual protection, you can stop you from harm and possibly helping others be protected as well.
Well, as I say, people who passed today had plans for tomorrow. So, you always got to protect yourself, because you never know. You don't know what's going on. You don't know what's going to happen an hour from now or 2 hours from now, or what's going to happen, 5 minutes from now. So you always got to protect yourself. And, if nothing else, talking to the Creator is, you can't ask for anything better than that.
No. And, we just need to, like in the Bible, the Apostle Paul spoke about putting on the full armor of God. And he described each piece of armor on the body and what it's protecting. And, in a way, he was teaching spiritual protection. So you can look that up in the Bible. And there it is. It's there. It's, take care of yourselves. Defend yourselves in God's holy light. He will take care of you. But if you don't ask, it ain't going to happen.
Correct. You always got to ask the Creator for whatever it is that you want. And like I said before, and not today, but in, other days, just because you ask for it doesn't mean that you're going to get it within the next 5 minutes or tomorrow. The Creator does stuff in His own time, not in our time. Our time and His time is totally different. He blinks an eye. It's many years have passed. So, you got to ask. If you don't ask, you're not getting it. It's like playing the lottery. You don't play the lottery, you can't win.
That's pretty much it. And it's true, you don't know when it's going to happen. And you got to then have that terrible word, faith. You got to believe that your prayer, your request has been heard and that it's going to happen. But I have found that if you start practicing the white light, blue light protection, it's pretty fast. Usually within 30 days, people see a complete change in so many parts of their lives when they start implementing it. So again, whatever is going on in your life, let's say you're looking for a relationship or you're in a bad relationship, you start doing this, you may be surprised how things turn around and what happens. You never know. Now, I hope that today's program, it seems like, is working well, because we did one last week on the subject and it got erased. Just want to bring that up in case anyone wonders what happened last week. Go ahead, Ray.
Definitely something's definitely, it's working this week, because I heard the intro and everything else. So it's a good thing. So hopefully everything with the blog is going great today.
Well, it was interesting that this particular show, and I've done hundreds and hundreds of blog talk shows, that one got eliminated. Why? It was about spiritual protection. I don't know how many people I reached with these messages, but I feel it was not something that was wanted to get out to the world.
Somebody or something had blocked it for whatever reason, I believe. Because, like you said, they did not want this to get out to the world. They don't want people protecting themselves, and you have to protect yourself. It's like sleeping outside in the winter. You need a sleeping bag or something to keep yourself warm. This is what basically this is. This is your sleeping bag. This is your blanket. This is whatever it is that you fathom. That's what the protection is. And I mean, you could, personally, I could feel it. I could see the brightness of the white light. And then what I do, I ask for the brightness of the white light, and then I ask for St. Michael to wrap his blue light around me, so absolutely nothing gets through at all.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I like to sometimes like picture his wings enfolding me, that he's just holding me and protecting me from all these negative energies that are shooting at me constantly, especially in the circumstances where I live. I get so much attacks on me that I really am aware of it very much. Now, I see someone's calling in, and caller, I hope you're on subject, because I'm not going to talk about relationships or anything else, but if you want to know more on spiritual protection or have had experiences that you want to understand, then we're happy to help. So here we go to the first caller. Hi, this is Cherokee Billie.
Hi, Cherokee Billie. Hi, sir. Tina. And, thank you for being on the show. So my question is, I'm trying to, I do protection. I do the SAGE method. I have seen your video. I think it was so beautiful that you have it out there for the public, because you are a true worker. You don't use stuff to know the truth. Thank you very much. And you too, sir. For me, we just check to see if trying to, sometimes people that do divination cards or they do rules, whatever, to figure out stuff, and if your protection shield is not up, they can figure it out. I'd like to know if my shield's up, because I do pray to Saint Michael every day.
Well, that's good, and you should. But you really need to kind of follow a pattern with how you do it, using God's white light first, having his energy go through you and around you, then Archangel Michael. And, sage and stuff is not going to protect you. It can clear out energies, but it's not the same as invoking the divine presence of God and Archangel Michael. Can't do it. Okay?
Yes.
So try to remember. And again, there is a link here on white light protection exercise. Click on it. It's a step-by-step video, and that will really take you through it. And if you follow that for 30 days, I guarantee you'll have a change that is so positive in your life, you'll be amazed. I guarantee it.
Thank you. I believe you. I will do that, and I will change my message. I really appreciate that. Anything else you need to tell me from God's source, please?
Ray, you got anything you could share?
No, not right now anyhow.
Okay. Yeah, it either flows or it doesn't. But, be careful of anything you use, there's so many things out there that people take for granted that are really not spiritually healthy. So watch what you use, like, don't use Ouija boards. I don't recommend tarot cards. I believe I was shocked. But try to tune in a direct connection to God, the source of all, and you'll be amazed, because God does work and speak, and it's learning to listen to that voice within that comes through, and he does. Again, like Ray pointed out earlier, it may not be that second, but, wait on the Lord. Be of good faith, and he will direct your path and show you what to do. I guarantee that. Okay, so I hope that helps.
Yes, thank you. God bless you, man. You too, sir.
Well, thank you.
Thank you.
You have a blessed, peaceful evening, and thank you for calling in. We do appreciate people who call in. At least we know somebody's listening that way, because I often wonder who is listening to this show. I mean, is it just you and me, Ray? Are we the only ones
well,
out there?
I hope not. Well, we know there's at least three of us, you, me, and
Yes.
her.
Yes. And we all are surrounded by God and the angels, so we know we got a mighty host here that is saying, yes, keep going, tell them about us. And, giving people a little bit boost to their faith to realize that these things are not fairy tales. this is a reality. The spiritual world
Absolutely.
is very real.
Absolutely.
You
I
know,
mean, like I said, you said, surround yourself with with the white light, the blue light, the angels at nighttime, because that is when, like you said, that is when you get most of your messages, whether they be in your sleep or you could actually hear them. I know I get a lot of messages at night, on certain things. So I mean, it's just people that are deceased, people just in general. So I do hear a lot of stuff, and I'm not saying it happens every night, all night long, but yeah, I mean they do come into your dreams, and they do tell you, hey, what's going on.
well, our loved ones, just because they're physically gone doesn't mean that they're gone. They are alive. They're just in a different dimension. And the more you can communicate or tap in to them, the more easily it will happen for you. And like Ray, I say this to you all the time. You have a great gift of getting these answers and seeing the spirits around you, the angels around you. You see more than anybody I know, and that is a true gift that you have.
Well, I must be doing something right for them to come around me. But I don't always succeed, but I do try to do what's right and avoid
Well,
what's wrong.
wait, I got a thought. Maybe God just protects fools. He says, oh, that poor guy, he needs my help. I better be there.
Well, he's right there. I do need his help, and I'm glad that he's with me. Even though a lot of people try to put me down for it, I'm glad he's with me. I'm glad Michael's with me, Saint Michael the Archangel. So, I mean, if it wasn't for them, I know for a fact I could not have gotten as far as I have in life, and just things, I definitely wouldn't be where I am now.
It's true, and I feel the same way. Without their guidance, their assistance, it may not always be perfectly clear to me, but they do come through. And this year in particular, I have really spent much more time in prayer, in calling in everything that is divine. I'm not here to preach a religion. I'm just here trying to encourage people to have faith and believe that there is a divine presence out there. And however you want to worship is your thing. If you want to be a Christian, you want to be a Jew, you want to be whatever, it's fine. Just don't stop believing. Keep tuning in and trying to get those answers and get that protection. It's there for all of us. It's a free gift. You don't have to pay anything for it.
Well, it comes down to, it don't matter who you are, what religion you are. There is one creator. There's not a creator for each religion. There is one creator. And, like you said, it didn't matter. It doesn't matter what religion you are. There is just one.
And, if we can just tune in and believe that that one does care about us and is trying to help, it makes life a little better. I've just seen a lot of changes for me this year in things spiritually I've been implementing, because I live in a very dark area in terms of spirits. It's a lot of voodooism, a lot of things happen around where I am, and I was always sensing these presence. And by doing the work that I'm doing heavily, more so than ever, I sense and I know they're not here as much. They can't get in. And it makes a big difference for me, because sometimes, and I'm very experienced with dealing face-to-face with spirits, be it demonic or be it of God. I've seen them both. And it's a big difference, and you don't want to encounter those face-to-face negative spirits. It isn't fun, people. And I'm just telling you that's how real they are. They are out there. Many people who've had near-death experiences talk about what they've seen, and they often talk about seeing the negative forces and the good forces. So they're very real. A lot of people want to say, oh, that they don't exist. You know, people want to believe that it's all in your mind, that you create everything. That's not true. There is a divine God that creates things, and there's more besides within our heads. Your thoughts on that, Ray?
Absolutely. I believe if there's as they say, if there's a yin, there's got to be a yang. If there's a good, there's got to be a bad. I definitely know about the good. I have seen the good a lot, we'll just say. And I mean, a couple times and I believe for me, a near death, I would see people that has passed on that has meant the world to me. I have seen them firsthand. I've had nurses when I was in the hospital say, "Who was you talking to at the end of the bed?" And I mean, I was talking to these people just like they were standing right here, just like you and I are talking. And so, I mean, I've encountered some bad spirits also, but most of my spirits have been good. I guess because of the people that are around me, the angels that are around me, have protected me from the bad spirits, or the negative. So I mean, yeah, I agree there 100%. You do get the good, but you have to protect yourself against the bad.
Well, anyone who looks around at the world today and can't see that it's negative forces, there's something wrong. It's very clear what's happening more and more each day.
Yep. Right. People have they're trying to invoke pedophilia, just all kinds of crazy stuff that should not be happening. Murders and everything, saying, well, that's okay. It's no big deal. So I mean, yeah, there's so much, and I believe there's so much negative in the government in D.C. And I'm not going Republican, Democrat, man in the moon, all of them. I mean, they need to get the negative forces away from them and do what's good. And it's just not this country; it's all countries. Australia, here, Italy, and so on and so on.
Yes. Yeah, it doesn't matter what country you're in. Yeah, good point. One country from another doesn't mean it's going to be better. It's just everywhere and going faster and faster. We're on a time frame, and people don't realize it, but things are changing so quickly spiritually, and it's time to get serious because there's going to be more things coming down than you ever could imagine. People still, are reeling from the pandemic, all of its economic effects as well as physical. So there's so much coming on, and you're going to have to be prepared big time. Protect yourself. Use this spiritual protection. And in doing so, you can use it to protect your family, your friends, your home, your pets. They need protection too. I mean, there's a lot of crazy things going on out there. So you can't ever have enough spirituality protection in your life. It just can't be. Like if I had 10,000 angels around me, I'd want another 10,000.
Yeah, absolutely.
The need is enormous because so it's happening. Again, the world's going at a faster pace. We all know that. And technology definitely has been a major thing that is changing the world at an incredibly fast rate.
And it shouldn't. I mean, things are, like you said, things are just look at the world. Look what's going on. The mass shootings and stuff like that. Who they're blaming we'll just say for the mass shootings, just all kinds of crazy stuff. So you got to protect yourself on what the heck's going on in the world, because there's stuff going on that people don't even know about. And that includes me, it's to the point I don't even like listening to the news, because for me it's depressing. I don't want to hear it. And,
Yes.
it's not that I want to stick my head in the sand, but,
It's just
I
too
tired
overwhelming
of
when you
hearing it.
hear it, because
Yeah,
I feel the
exactly.
same way. I do go through a brief scan of news events, and that's all I can take on a daily basis, because it's just too much out there. But I want to, like you, we want to stay aware of what's going on. But it's just, there's people who, they watch all the news and they read all the stories on the internet and stuff, and they live in more fear. And you don't want to do that. You don't want to go way over edge, because again, trust that God has you, that there is good out there protecting you. And if you're calling it in, it is there.
And he has his hand underneath of you, ready to catch you if you fall. And, I mean, he
Yes.
will catch you. It may be at the very last second, but he will get you before anything happens or anything like that.
It's true. And again, don't forget, here on this radio program, on the description is a link to the white light protection exercise. Also, there's a link for contacting me, Cherokee Billie. My website is CherokeeBillieSpiritualAdvisor.com. I am a spiritual advisor first and foremost, and that's what I keep doing. And, many of you may not know it, but I've written many books. I think it's 13 now, and on so many subjects, because I have been a naturopathic doctor. I have health books. I have spiritual. I got a lot of different things, and it may guide you, and including my memoir about what got me into spirituality. The name of my memoir is Heavenly Seduction. It's quite a story of how I came to come to a realization of God, Jesus, and everything that is divine, because religion, being brought up in a religion, had made me pretty much an atheist or agnostic, whichever. And I tell about my journey. It is, everybody's got one. Ray has one. We all got these journeys we've come down and where we are today. And you look back, for Ray and I know we look back and are just amazed.
I agree. I mean, I'm amazed I'm still here. I'm amazed, even though I'm not living in a mansion and driving a $100,000 car. I am amazed that, I'm still here, still surviving, and, still really have a positive attitude towards everything.
You do. You have one of the best attitudes that I know of. And people, as they get older, like we are older, they often tend to get more negative. Life
Grumpy.
beats them down. And you've went through so much, not just going through Vietnam, but your health problems, your family, your children. You've went through so much, and, you're still here talking about all of the good that's out there with God. So that's something to be said. And people need to realize it, And we're coming down the last few seconds. Any closing thoughts here, Ray?
Just make sure you protect yourself every day, all day. Even if you say, hey, put the white light on me 4 or 5 times a day, you can't say it enough. Just to protect yourself from negative and evil entities, I guess, out of a lack of word to use.
Yeah, and that's all you got to do. You keep doing it daily, and you're going to see a big change in your life. Can't tell you exactly what, but it'll be there, and you're going to know it. And I thank you for taking time to listen to this now, or if you're listening to it in the future. And we'd appreciate your feedback on these programs. We'd like to know how you feel about what the work we're doing. God bless you, and thank you.
Thank you.